Hello everyone, I'm Mr. TDX, and it's been a while. It's been a long while. I've been trying to figure out what I was going to do for this video, because if you don't know, it's my 100th video ever. And since I don't want it to be very laggy, I know my computer is bad. It still needs a new GPU. It needs a GPU, by the way, so it's less laggy. But I can't wait that long, so I'm gonna give it to you straight. What I came up with was a tier list, not a tier list, a ranking of almost every villain in indie animation. So let's get right to it. Number 1, Lux. I know you're thinking, how can Lux be this low? I'll tell you why. Because he's just so boring. And I should know. He's fine for what he is, but he doesn't give much. Just looking at him, like, okay, where's the picture? Okay, here. He just looks terrible. Like, I know his looks don't really matter, but he looks like a generic villain. And he is for most of the part, and plus, he's not even there that long. So, sorry, Lux. I guess, even in death, you're still on the short stick of things. Number 2, Dr. Agness. I might say this, but she is not that great of a villain. I mean, we only see her in a short amount of scenes, and yes, she did commit literal genocide, but she basically just, she wasn't there for most of we didn't get to experience all her evilness, and she was just short-lived, which kind of bumped me out because I was really getting into her character. And yes, that's why she's as low as she is. So yeah. Nothing much to say for her now. Let's go on to the next one. Number 3. Mako. Mako is, how do I put it? He's just so silly. I can't describe him anything else. You know, silly. He's silly. Of course, he's really dangerous too. He has got some great scenes, but I just can't take him seriously. Is that just me? I don't know. I just think it's so silly how they defeated him, and it's just so silly how he acts. I don't know. It's just not for me. But I do want to hear from you. What do you think of him below? So yeah. Let's go on to the next one. We're going into the middle ground for villains that actually are really good, but not as great as the next kind of tier after it. Let's go into the middle ground villains. Now. Right now. Number 4. Chazwick Thurman. Am I saying that right? He is so despicable. He's manipulative. I can't speak today. He's slimy. He's utterly disgusting. And I when I see what he got, when I see his 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 death, I was so happy, and he got what he deserved. He is he is a really good villain, but it's not as good as the ones after him, just because he was only in one episode, if you get what I mean. And yeah, that's it. Now, going on to number 5. Number 5. Crimson. I know, I said for the last one that this guy was all this guy is also in one episode, but the difference from this guy and the other guy, which again I forgot his name because it's confusing to me. Crimson has a body count. I mean, a serious body count. And, yeah. This guy is just ruthless. He doesn't care about his son. And if any of his family members step out of line, he kills them. And that's what I call a really good villain. Someone that doesn't give a single beep beep about anyone, and only cares about himself, but does something about it when someone steps out of line. Such a good villain. And now let's go on to last one in the middle ground tier list. Onward to number 6. Number 6. Evelyn. God, what can I say about Evelyn? She's a pink-haired brat that doesn't care about anything about anyone but about herself. She only cares about having attention, all eyes on her. And when something got in her way, she did everything she can to make it disappear. She worked with a lunatic to kill Tari just because she's so petty and wants whatever the other person that's better than her has, because she thinks she's better than them and deserves all the attention on her. And let me just say, it was so satisfying to see her get what she deserves. What an ungodly being that was Evelyn. Number 7. Jay. Oh, Jay. This is one of those villains that I thought was going to turn good at the end. And oh, golly, I'm glad I was wrong. She is a villain that is just so uncaring to her friends or to anyone, and only cares about the upper authority. Just cares about her job and her mission, which led her to her ungodly demise. Why I put her so high was because of the surprise I had when she turned out to be a villain, and the final episode of Murder Drones. Speak, Preston, speak. And it was just it was just so surprising to me. I just couldn't help but just love it. And I loved every second of her villainy. I can't show you how surprised I was, but I can tell you somewhat of what I was thinking of through facial expressions. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. It was so surprising, and I loved every second of it. And really, you really need to go check out Murder Drones. And by the way, every one of these villains will have a link to their own shows in the description, if you want to check them out. Let's go on to the final two villains. On to number 8. Number 8. Dr. Sheridan. Ooh, Dr. Sheridan. One of my favorite villains. Actually, my second favorite villain. My second favorite villain of everything, anything, ever. He is so mad. And he's just so wonderfully evil. He killed so many people just for what? Nothing. He killed people for nothing. Just because he wanted to round people up to find people to be on his Meta Runner team that wasn't killed. I mean, like, what logic does that make sense? He's just so insane. He committed, like, lots of murder by forcing people to murder each other, like taking people hostage in their minds, forcing someone to kill someone else through their physical arms, taking control of them, brainwashing people, and willing to kill his technically daughter just because they didn't want to be willingly taken apart. He is the epitome. He's just the epitome. I can't speak. He's just so evil. He's the embodiment of evil to me. But if you want to see who is even more evil than that, the one that most people can agree on, that is one of the best villains ever in indie animation, then we'll go on to number 9. Let's go on to number 9. Number 9. Sin. Sin is so evil. Sin is so good. Sin committed tons of murder, like planetary murder. I don't know if it's a word, but I'm gonna make it a word. She basically brainwashed people to get what she wants. All she cares about is death, genocide, murder through infection. She has no concept of love or sympathy. She has one mindset, and that is to destroy. Such an amazing villain, and one that people can agree is one of the best. Wow, it's been a wild ride, hasn't it? I'm glad to be back. I probably won't be able to make a video for a while, since I have big plans to do other stuff. You know, I have a job coming up. You know, I'm getting ready to have a job, and that will help me work towards better things for this channel. And I wanted to get this out because you've been waiting for such a long time, and you deserve this video. And yeah, thanks for being here. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't, and all of that. And thanks for watching. Bye. What am I doing?